Too much photo flow. Now probably too little photo flow. Welcome to another studio vlog. This morning I was already very busy. I actually developed some film, and for once it was stand development. I used to do that a lot in the past, but since I got my Jobo, I use that one more often. So it was a bit different. And those were 2 rolls from my trip to Germany that I need to finish a video that I made there. I can't really show you the vlog yet until I have all the rolls developed. So yeah, that one is coming, but I still need to develop 4 more rolls, which are all color. So I think tomorrow I'm going to mix up some color chemicals and then develop those. Today it was just 2 rolls, and both stand developed. Turned out a bit dense, but it's gonna be fine. I think my scanner can handle it. What's really cool about stand development is that you don't really have to babysit anything, and you just, you wait for, I think at this time it was like 50 minutes or something like that. In that time I managed to finish a chapter of a book I'm reading. The book is actually quite interesting, and it's for my comic. It's a book about writing, but about writing fantastical stories, that sort of thing. It's called Wonder Book by Jeff Vandermeer, and yeah, it's super interesting and has all these really cool illustrations, and yeah, it's really good. I really like it. So I think I'm about a chapter away from finishing, so that's going pretty well too. And it felt sort of efficient to be reading while the film is developing itself, so to speak. I mean, I don't really have to interfere much with the Jobo either, but that's just 5 minutes or something, so I always feel like I'm still busy. In total I have now done 22 rolls of that new backlog, which is pretty good. I have about 30 rolls of color, but I can only develop 20 for now, because I always have to wait until I have enough rolls for a whole liter of chemicals, so that I don't waste any chemicals. They're expensive. Yeah, I don't like the smell of color chemicals, so I'm not really looking forward to that. Well, and now that I've done all of that, I think I want to draw a little. If you've seen my last studio vlog, then you know that I've been doing Inktober, but geared towards my comic. I've been working in this sketchbook here. My mom gave this one to me. It's actually super cheap, and the only color thing that works really well in it is Copics, and I use it for all my characters at the moment. I really like how Copics look on this one. I've been doing Inktober with my animal character challenge, and there were new animals in there, some of which I didn't know what they looked like. So I did some studies and about 7 new characters. There were animals that I had drawn before, like for example a crocodile and stuff like that, but there were also 2 that were somewhat new to me. I also had another breakthrough, which was that I came up with a second character for the comic. That will be the best friend of my main character, and he's a fox, but a silver fox. One of the animals in the animal character challenge was a silver fox, and I thought it was super fitting. So he's a shaman, a novice, just like my main character will be. He's still studying to become a shaman, and yeah, he's a bit of a rascal and known to steal apples in the kitchens, so he's gonna be a bad influence on my main character. And my main character is actually Rufus. And if you've been following my Twitter, then you know Rufus. Rufus appeared in some stories last year or something like that. I really like that one. I should have known that he would become the main character, because there's just something about him. But yeah, I was surprised. 2 characters. I have already 2 main characters, so that's pretty cool. The other thing I've been doing was a couple landscape studies in a new sketchbook I have. It's a Khadi sketchbook, so it's a cotton paper sketchbook. There are many of those. I think it might be one of the only ones really, and it has a rather rough texture, which makes it pretty unsuitable for the kind of thing that I normally do with watercolor paper. But I thought it might be interesting for landscape studies, since right now I'm enrolled in a schoolism course, and it's a subscription service actually. You pay, I think it's $30 a month, and you can look at all the courses they have. And I'm doing a character design course. So what brought me to schoolism originally was a landscape sketching course that I've been meaning to do, but so far I haven't yet had the time. If I have access to schoolism right now because of the character design course, I might as well look into the landscape sketching course too. I might not do all of it right now, but I've started looking at it and it looks super great. So the first thing I did was to fill up a new palette with the recommended colors. Normally I paint with my favorite earth tone palette, but in this case the colors looked interesting and I thought I could push myself out of my comfort zone at least a little bit for this one. So I filled up the palette with the colors that were recommended, and I actually ordered them already like a year ago, and then didn't do the course in the end because I was busy with other stuff. right now all the studies are supposed to be in black and white, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Besides, it's supposed to be gouache, so I'm still pretty bad at gouache, I have to say, so this course is gonna be a bit of a stretch. And that's the point, right? I want to learn something. But while I was following the first lecture, I felt inspired to paint a little. So I made the first landscape study in my sketchbook, in the new Cardi one. And yeah, I think it turned out alright. Loose enough, I think. I'm trying my best. I tend to tense up a bit with landscapes. Now I want to do something a little different though. No painting, but I want to go back to my new character, the Silver Fox. So I think I'm gonna draw him a bit more realistically for practice and to figure him out a bit more in my Strathmore Greytone sketchbook. I think I've shown you one drawing in this one in a video at some point. This one probably not. It was this one. I'm not that used to working in a Greytone sketchbook, but it's always a nice little challenge. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see how it'll turn out. I finished it, and I am so happy that I recorded it. It turned out really lovely. Look at him, he's so cute. So I'm thinking of more ideas and coming up with more characters, and it seems Inktober's helping. I also feel super inspired to draw. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how everything's going. I'm drawing and painting a lot. I'm making good progress with my film development too. So I don't feel like I'm procrastinating even. And the work on the comic continues, and yes, I'm happy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, then please hit the like button. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps me out with the channel, so I would really appreciate it. You can expect more videos like this, where I take you along while I draw and paint, or videos about film photography, street photography, that sort of thing. Well, basically it's videos about all my creative pursuits, and there are many. So if you're into that sort of thing, stick around. I'll be happy to have you. That's it for today, and I hope to see you soon for another video. Bye! So yeah, I'm thinking of ideas and... what a weird gesture. Thinking.